Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this post, I want to talk about yesterday's stock exchange glitch, which shut down the market for 3.5 hours. It is all full of these numbers that we find so often in the hoaxes. And also, thanks to CNN's reporting, we can really see how they are pumping their agenda of what's planned for September, even with this stock market story. And for any of you who are traders and believe in the market, you guys really need to wake up to the rigged game that you're playing in. This thing is ran by Zionists who are the ultimate liars, the ultimate manipulators, and who have figured out a way to run the world on bullshit, which is what the stock market is, and which is what you're participating in if you're an investor or a day trader. This is what the reason I bring that up is because as a people, we need to stop participating in their gimmicks, their games. That's why I don't pay for their movies. I don't go to their sports games. I don't shop at their malls. I don't shop at their big box stores. In truth, I just try to be as consumer free as possible. We have to break their system, Truth Seeker. I've been working to break their system since I was a teenager. I'm going to turn 32 on July 21st, less than 2 weeks from now. It's hard to believe. I'm almost 32. And I've spent my entire adult life essentially fighting against all this and trying to wake up people. And oftentimes it feels like it's all been in vain because in the time I've been doing this work, I've just watched the world get worse around me. You know, people tune out even further and become more invested in all the things wrong. I moved to Seattle in my young 20s thinking it was a place where there were more intelligent, open-minded people, and all I've seen here is the population go Seattle Seahawks crazy. That's what runs the show around here these days. It's all people care about, the Seattle Seahawks. It's so pathetic. All right, on with the show. We're going to watch this video from Renee M's channel. Before I use her work, I have to thank her for using her video. I'm glad she captured this. But I honestly think this girl's a shill, Renee M. She's got the 33 gematria. It could be a coincidence, but the word shill also has gematria of 33 with the S exception. And she preaches that message of rapture, which is a tune-out message. And that's all the powers that be want from us, is to tune out and surrender to their will. So many people in this world have thought all their life Jesus is going to show up any second and everything will be fixed. Folded hands, bended knee, hoping for Jesus. And what I think about is if all those people had instead, lived like that and thought like that and believed like that, if instead they'd been like me, just gone out and been good people for their community, helped everyone around them, then what would the world look like? That's why I'm not religious. That's why I don't buy into Christianity or anything it's selling. All right, we're going to watch this video, Truth Seeker. Notice the coded numbers right on the screen right away. 113, mainstream, green screen, dishonest. In the Bava Kama, A113 says a Jew can circumvent a Gentile by lying to them. Of course, that's a Jewish holy text. But just think about it. That's what religion pretty much teaches everybody. If they're not of your religion, then, you can think less of them. Even that's how Christians are, even though Jesus' message was to be accepting of everyone. It's dumbfounding when you really think about it. As we watch this, also notice how it changes to 114, another coded number. World War equals 114. Of course, world wars are fought over banking and ran by banksters. Holocaust equals 114. Pearl Harbor equals 114. We're in the time of the 114th Congress led by John Boehner. John Boehner equals 114. The numbers put before our eyes are all numbers of the coded matrix we live in. Here we go.
Lots of confusion, mass confusion here. Is it open? Is it not open? Why are no orders coming in? Also the anticipation and the preparation for what will come.
Truth Seeker, notice in the background how this man, who's being used as a prop, acting like he's doing something, like he needs to be in the background of this shot, has the number 923 on his shoulder, and it's not even square. It looks like it was sewn on in a last-ditch effort. One more coded message for the Goyim, as seen by the Zionists who run the media, who run the markets, who run the movie studios, who run the record companies. All things I talk about on this video blog. So just watch for that number 923. It'll drop back down.
A lot of these traders didn't know God the stock exchange was actually going to open the trade. Was it going to resume trade? Meaning, stocks have been trading all day. Just because the New York Stock Exchange has been out of business essentially, stocks have been trading on other exchanges. So what the New York Stock Exchange essentially did is say, yes, we're going to go ahead and open for business, but we're not going to open with a clean slate, meaning starting over on a new day. We're going to start with the train still rolling, with those trains still rolling as they have been all day. So these traders here are having a...
Notice how she keeps saying trains still rolling as they have been all day. That train is going to be important. I'm going to show you how the upcoming movie with LeBron James, Trainwreck, is directly connected to September 23rd.
Jump on that train and resume trading like it hasn't stopped.
Yeah, jump on that train, Truth Seeker. And then Renee M., her solution is to go get on your hands and knees and wait for the rapture. Okay. So, Truth Seeker, so much coding. Look at what time it stopped at 11:30. Do you notice the 113? The day before this happened was July 7th. And in the video I did that day, I talked about how the market closed up 93.33. Numbers very important to the Jews. I did a video on Neset, the Israeli Zionist Congress, and how these numbers are coded all over it, from its name to the Speaker House to more. Judaism in Gematria sums to 77, just like the date July 7th, just like the date it closed with this on the Dow Jones. And we often find 33 and 93 together. On September 11th, it was flight 33 of 93 passengers. The World Trade Centers that existed for 33 years were first hit by plane 11, supposedly, on the 93rd through 99th floors. And these are the same buildings that suffered a 93 World Trade Center bombing. If you take the time to watch my video blog, my examples of this are, it's like a black hole how many there are. It's insane. Because they just keep doing the same thing over and over, which I've been reporting for 2 years now. That's why I'm doing this, so people can see how redundant it is, how purposeful it is, what it's all about. The difference between 2 years ago and now is now I've really connected it from watching it and seen where they're taking us. Renee M. might be a shill, but her forecast for that weekend, September, I think she's on point with that one. So, Dow Jones has this Pythagorean gematria of 33, and with the S exception, 42, and the short acronym they use, Dow, equals 42 in simple English gematria. Important numbers in spirituality and this coding. The original Bibles were 42-line Bibles. All right, so the trading stopped at 11:30. When did it resume? It resumed at 3:15, and what's comical about that is a clock with hour and minute hands. When it's at 15 minutes, it's on the 3. So both hands are on the 3. 3-3, 33. Ends at 113, starts at 3-3. I'm like a broken record on my videos saying how these numbers are always coded into the hoaxes. All right. So she was talking all about train, moving like a train, jump on the train. LeBron James has a movie coming out July 17th, 2015. A date with 39 numerology and 59 numerology. 39 books in the Old Testament, the reflection of 93. Notice that Trainwreck in Gematria sums to 122. They've been coding 122 all over everything right now, from Pope Francis to plane crashes of 122 passengers to World Championships. Golden State and San Francisco both summed to 122. They defeated LeBron James, who's in this movie Trainwreck. Rachel Dolezal 122, and more, Truth Seeker. The number's been everywhere. Here it is in this movie, but what's most condemning is the star's name, LeBron James. Look at his name in Jewish Gematria, 923. And for anyone who wonders how this could be, I'll tell you exactly how it could be. It's what I've been asserting all this time. I am almost 100% certain I am correct. Somewhere, some way, they're taking boys, in some cases I guess women too, for female athletes maybe now these days, but they're raising these boys to be whatever they want them to be, from professional athletes to actors to politicians. You look at how many celebrities in this world lost their father or never had one. It is an alarming number. And then you look at how many of these celebrities have names and birthdays that sync up perfectly in numerology with so many things, such as this perfect example right here, LeBron James being used in a movie that is foreshadowing the future and having the name gematria that connects with the date that all the foreshadowing's for. Earlier this year, when there was a train wreck, it happened at 9:23 p.m. in Philadelphia. 9:23. And everything about that train wreck was coded with the number 98, which has to do with Lupercalia. And the NBA Finals, the game one went to a score or an overtime with a score of 98-98, and it came exactly 98 days after the teams had played last in the regular season. You have to watch my videos on all this to see how it goes together. The point is the web of synchronicities are deeper than you would ever think, and they're all foreshadowing the same thing. The Pope's visit on September 23rd, and possibly what goes on between then and the blood moon of September 28th. So get this, Truth Seeker. We just talked about how this movie had connections to 39 and 59. A movie called Glitch was released July 7th, 2015, the date before the market glitch. The word glitch has gematria of 59. This is the kill number in Jewish gematria. Notice on the cover it says Glitch, Proud Larry Incorporated. Remember the word Masonic 74? Look at Proud and Larry, 7474. Inc. sums to 26. If you haven't seen my post on God and why it's sometimes written G-D, notice that G is the seventh letter, D is the fourth. God in simple English gematria sums to 26. And in gematria, the God number is 26, and gematria is thousands of years older than the English language, meaning that it was coded into our language perfectly. And if you think that's a joke, think about A through Z being 26 letters. Very important numbers, highly coded. Proud Larry Inc. being on the cover of this is no coincidence. It's all part of the joke. 74, 74, 26. Connections to God. And then Proud Larry Inc. sums to 174. What's interesting is Renee M's video that she did on this, that we just showed, was her 174th video. And as another subscriber on my channel pointed out, Bloomberg, in their coding, was coding the number 174 on the crash yesterday. I should have brought that up, but it's on my written blog. So Renee M., if she is a shill, she might even be more synced up than you know too, Truth Seeker. It also could be a coincidence. I have to admit, some things like that have happened with my own videos. So, sometimes the synchronicities are just real. Could even be wrong about Renee M. If there's anybody out there who's a big Renee M fan getting upset what I'm saying, I always admit I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but I could be. Also, Truth Seeker, aside from these two movies syncing up with the incident, LeBron's movie comes out later this month, 9 days after the glitch. But also yesterday on the glitch, Microsoft on July 8th announced that they were slashing 7,800 jobs. And as I've said before in other videos that I've done on Microsoft, they run their company by the numbers. Bill Gates sums to 33 in Pythagorean gematria. He stepped down after 33 years with the company. He's married to someone named Melinda Gates, which sums to 47. So often 33, 47, 74 paired together. Bellevue and Redmond, where Microsoft's headquartered, is on the 47th parallel, just like Seattle, their neighboring cities. Seattle has the Space Needle as its main monument, which does a restaurant rotation, a full rotation, a spinning restaurant on the Space Needle, every 47 minutes on the 47th parallel. The word time has simple English gematria of 47. All jokes before our eyes that we're not meant to get. Because we're not Masonic Zionist Jews. And get this, Truth Seeker, from the article, it says Microsoft currently has 118,000 employees. So apparently they're planning to go down to 111,000, another interesting number. But Microsoft itself sums to 118. Number I talk about, James Madison's favorite number. Nike, Madison, and Microsoft all have connections through this number. Just Do It equals 118. Nike equals 39. Madison equals 39. Obsessed with the number 39. A lot of connections to 118. And here we find them in these mega corporations that rule society. Also, with the glitch happening on 7/8, records spin at revolutions of 78, 45, and 33 and a third revolutions per minute. And then July 8th, a lot like 78. Think about how throughout history, market collapses have been used to shift and steer society. All throughout history, older than the United States. This is how the Zionists, the bankers, have ran the show for a very long time, and they're about to do it to us again. To go back in time, Truth Seeker, September 11th, just before that happened, Aaliyah died. She died August 25th, 2001. August 25th, 2001, her plane crashed. And what's interesting is what Aaliyah means in language. It means the immigration of the Jews to Israel. It's another tribute to Zionism. And if you're not aware yet, September 11th was completely done by this same gang of individuals. The date was 9/11. In other parts of the world, they write 11/9. The third building to fall that day, which many people still don't know about, was Building 7, that number 7, of 47 floors, and each floor was 47,000 square feet. No joke. You can look it up. They still got the information out there. 47 floors, 47,000 square feet. The reason I bring this up is because Star of David sums to 47 the small way, 56 with the S exception, and 119. 47 and 119. And these numbers get coded all over these events. In Jewish gematria, the word mafia equals 47. And if you watch mafia movies, even mafia sitcoms such as The Sopranos, they often show within the movie that the Italians have a higher boss above them, and that boss is typically a Jew. The real gang that is, hurting all living life on this planet is these Masonic Zionist Jews. The death of Aaliyah was a foreshadowing of what was coming on September 11th. Notice she was born January 16th, too. Turn 116 upside down. January 16th is 116. Turn it upside down, it becomes 911. All this stuff is by the numbers, Truth Seeker. I bring this up because I just did the video on the pop singer Rihanna. Think about where we've gone from Aaliyah to Rihanna. I mean, Aaliyah was a lot more classy example than Rihanna, but even at times Aaliyah stretched the limits. One of her first songs was, age ain't nothing but a number, because she was married to a man and she was just a little girl with R. Kelly. Do you remember that? Oh, Truth Seeker. But anyhow, Rihanna, we just covered her video. She did this video, and in her video, it foreshadows financial collapse and has all the same numbers. She has 23-9, 23rd day of September on her license plate in the video. All about banking and financials, murder and mayhem, disgusting values. Just all part of a joke, Truth Seeker. A really bad joke. And these people they put on the camera before us, I think, are just buffoons. Like this woman, I don't think she has a fucking clue. I think they just told her to say train a lot. Bring up as many train references as you can. Oh, God. So anyway, Truth Seeker, I wish the news was better. Notice how they give this train wreck a 6.1 rating, and I've been talking about 61. For those of you who are new here, I want to show you something. God has a connection to the number 61 through Jewish gematria. And you know what I realize? The majority, for the mainstream brain-dead masses, what God is the news. And look at the gematria of news. I think the Zionist Jews knew it would be all along. People just letting this control their lives. Think of all the dumb sheep who vote and think that they've done anything. They think they invest themselves in candidates who are put before us by this same mainstream media. Who ever heard about Barack Obama before he was put out by the mainstream media? But then in no time, all these sheep had fallen hook, line, and sinker from the biggest gimmick I've ever seen in my lifetime. I have a blog from 2008, different title, and all I wrote about back then was how everyone got played in politics and how easy it was to see through. I was just a kid. But I've never been fooled by any of this stuff, because this stuff's for really stupid fucking people. And I've never been a stupid fucking person. And I wish I could say that's true about others, but my whole life, since a little kid, my parents have told me I was an asshole because I talked about how dumb all the kids were in the classroom around me. Then I grow up and see how dumb all the adults are as an adult around me. You know? It's because we have been raised by the Jews. That's why they've taught us terms like anti-Semite. The only thing they want us to care about is protecting them. They've raised a society of sheep and suckers who don't know their ass from their elbows, who hate truth tellers and defend the most deceitful amongst us. And they give praise to these people by going and watching their stupid fucking movies, and watching their stupid fucking shows, and watching their bullshit news, and all this time loving it and enjoying it. We're not supposed to live in a world like this, truth seeker. The world that's been sold to us is a world of bullshit. And almost everybody's taken on the bullshit values. All of you who invest in the market and think about your retirement, you're part of the problem. Investing in the Ponzi scheme. Thinking about the future instead of taking care of the present. I'm just ranting. All right, truth seeker, until next time.